Welcome back. We've made it inside this old testing track, and I just went back outside again because I wanted to show you that we flew through the logo, and it is therefore very convenient that dropped off, otherwise this would have ended painfully.
There's 1,000 tests performed every day here in our enrichment spheres. I can't personally oversee every one of them, so these pre-recorded messages will cover any questions you might have and respond to any incidents that may occur in the course of your science adventure. Your test assignment will vary depending on the manner in which you have bent the world to your will. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today, just follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
Okay. Something tells me that the praying mantis experiment did not go entirely according to plan. Wow. That is some old style equipment they've got in here. This room is otherwise entirely pointless, isn't it? Welcome test subjects. Please sign in with the receptionist before proceeding to the lounge. Okay, well, the receptionist appears absent, so let's just proceed to the lounge anyway. Good thing the lights are still working. Cave Johnson, the man himself. Handsome fellow, isn't he? I don't know what was in this display, but it's gone now. See. Awards. The Science Business Institute of America is proud to present the award for Best New Science Company to Aperture Science in the year of 1947. They've awarded that to a company that makes shower curtains. Okay. Spirit of Idaho National Potato Board for the promotion of potato science, 1955. Cave Johnson Shower Curtain Salesman of 1943, Aperture Fixtures. Back then, apparently, they still had a name that makes sense. So I guess he didn't found it, did he? Or was he in charge of the transformation from Aperture Fixtures to Aperture Science or something? I don't know. Let's see. U.S. Department of Defense Contractor of the Year, runner-up, 1952. U.S. Department of Defense Contractor of the Year, runner-up, 1954. I'm guessing Mesa? Black Mesa was the top one? Oh, he got 2 awards for that in 1943. Top 100 Applied Science Companies, 1949. Aperture Science, number 2. Again, probably Black Mesa, number 1. The UP Pioneer Press, or UP Pioneer Press, I don't really know. The local entrepreneur buys salt mine. Cave Johnson to bring science, industry to Upper Michigan. The future is here and is under the Earth's crust, says Science Maverick. Okay, see, this is the salt mine. Apparently, they liked building stuff miles and miles below the surface. Okay. Nice lamp. Back then, you could still smoke inside. And now we're outside again. Only now we can make it to this giant staircase thing. Apparently making it back is not an option. Elevator control. There is a portal surface beneath the elevator. Please wait for attendant to begin lift. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think we have the time for that. Up we go. No, decrepit it may be, but Considering how old this stuff is, it is in remarkably good condition, actually. I can already see where this is going. We are going to have to fling off there, aren't we? We can also just go there, apparently. Which might be interesting to look at. Because this seems to be a dead end. Pump Station Alpha is apparently where we're going. That's as good a place as any, I suppose. That's going back down. And hey look, there's portal zones here. That may have been a bad idea. Okay, that was completely unintentional. I did in fact intend to land on the railing. You can go there, can't you? Yes. If you put the portal not in between the damn doors. Seems that at some point there was a staircase here. Now there is not. And again, this is one where you might be confused about what to do, because although it's fairly obvious that you have to fling from there, the surface that you have to fling from, which is at the bottom of the elevator, is easily missed. Yes. Geronimo! The odds of that actually working out without severe death following in real life are remarkably small. Pump Station Alpha, whatever that is. Is it pumping? What? Air, maybe? Would seem to be a logical thing to be pumping around in a mineshaft as deep as this one. Know your allergens: pollen, animal dander, plastics, antimatter. Antimatter is more than an allergen. Did they even know about antimatter back in 1947? I find that highly questionable. They might have, but I don't know. Know your hazardous materials. Don't touch anything unfamiliar. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. Know your chemical hazards. Do not inhale fumes, no matter how good they smell. Good advice. Pump Station Alpha. Gel pressure control. It's pumping a gel. Wasn't there something about a gel being tested in one of the messages Cave Johnson gave us? Well, apparently we're turning that on. We have to open this. Well, it's pumping, whatever it is that it's pumping. That's a dead end. Do we need to go up there? I'm thinking we need to go up there. I'm thinking we might want to do that without missing so spectacularly. There. Safety first. Together we can make 1956 the lowest unexpected casualty annum ever. The fact that they need to have that sign speaks volumes, doesn't it? Well, I guess we're following the gel flow.
Say great science is built on the shoulders of giants. Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding.
That's remarkably stupid. Wait. they actually have those back then? That seems unlikely. Apparently they did. Emancipation grills are not a new invention, apparently. What have they been doing in the past 60 years? Not much, it seems.
Alright, let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. Or so I'm told.
You know, it kind of defeats the point of a control group if you tell them in advance whether or not they're in the control group. Or he could be lying, in which case we're in for a lot of pain. You are here. We're apparently in shaft 9, and there's a whole bunch of spheres in it. I guess we'll just have to climb up all of them. So there are 9 of them to go through. We are in the first one. I am reminded of Anane for no specific reason. Okay, because there are spheres, obviously. Remember, this test is unsolvable without an Aperture Science portable quantum tunneling device. If you have not received one, please find the test associate before participating in any Shaft 9 enrichment activities. Apparently they were a lot bulkier back then. Look at the thing that guy has to carry on his back. So they have at least made the technology more compact, even if it somehow already existed back in 1953. Repulsion gel, that's something new though. It was Aperture's first attempt to create a dietetic pudding substitute. That went horribly wrong then, didn't it? It's true. The gel is a sweeter, slightly less non-toxic form of fiberglass insulation that causes subsequently ingested food items to bounce off the lining of a dieter's distended stomach and out his or her mouth. For various reasons, this product was pulled from the shelves. Yeah, I can think of a few. For more information, consult the following fact placards. Aperture Science flag placard number 00123444-22R, repulsion gel, lawsuits concerning, and the other one was repulsion gel, public outrage over. Doing as well as ever, it seems. Now I can put portals there. There's nowhere to put portals on this side though, and there is a gap in between. But apparently, this blue stuff is repulsion gel. Let's see what it does. And it's basically a giant trampoline. Which is kind of fun actually. Whee! Can I boost myself by jumping off that? No. I don't seem to be going any higher whether or not I jump. Wow. One of the very first model buttons. Super gliding super button. Or maybe this is not a super gliding super button, it's just a regular button. They might not have had super gliding super buttons back then. Did they, however, have weighted storage cubes? Because we appear to need one. If they do, I would say they come down from there, and that's the switch. Now, rather than a fling puzzle to get to the other side, we just use the gel. The gel actually always propels you back to the same height that you jumped from. Very convenient that way. Where did that bounce off them to? There! Boing. Very low-tech version of the box. Seems to be made out of wood.
The lab boys just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group. They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills here, I can talk about the control group all damn day.
I guess so. But yeah, that's what I said. Mentioning the control group is not a good idea. Okay, so apparently each of these spheres consists of multiple test chambers, so it's not as simple as solving 9 test chambers. We may or may not be here for a while. Next test chamber this way. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Or not. Are we skipping a test chamber this way? That might actually be a quick way to do this. Some more office equipment back here. Nothing else, it seems. I like going the non-obvious direction first. Because there are secrets that way. No, we're not skipping any test chambers because we're dropping right back down onto the place where we would have gone the first time. If that...
For this next test, we put nanoparticles in the gel. In layman's terms, that's a billion little gizmos that are going to travel into your bloodstream and pump experimental genes and RNA molecules and so forth into your tumors. Now, maybe you don't have any tumors. Well, don't worry. If you sat on a folding chair in the lobby and weren't wearing lead underpants, we took care of that too.
I'm pretty sure that's violating some health and safety regulations. And I didn't sit on a folding chair. It does seem to have a minimum height though, because I definitely didn't jump that high. So I can get on here. Okay, that makes that a surface I can portal on. And that portal disappears if it rotates back, so I will need... Oh, and that's one too, I guess. I'm going to need that box. Well, that shouldn't pose too much of a problem. Wait for this to come back. Oh, that was the wrong portal. Okay. That brings us over to this side. And apparently... there's an emancipation grill here. Probably to prevent us from attempting to fling across this. It looks like... oh. It looks like that might be dangerous. And it definitely looks like this is not something I can make in one attempt. But I can apparently bounce between the walls. To obtain another box. I think this is actually mainly just here so you can get back up on this side. Or so you can get back up at all if you didn't, you know, manage to do the bouncing thing in one attempt. That is actually kind of cool to do that. Why is there no loss of momentum? No loss of any kind in this. Laws of physics do not apply to aperture science. Okay, so we turned that on. That gave that. So now we can do a really long jump.
Oh, in case you got covered in that repulsion gel, here's some advice the lab boys gave me. Do not get covered in the repulsion gel. We haven't entirely nailed down what element it is yet, but I'll tell you this, it's a lively one, and it does not like the human skeleton.
Okay, nice of you to tell me that in advance. Fortunately, we did not get covered in it, so should be alright. As long as we don't get covered in it later. Okay, well, we seem to be well on our way with these testing chambers. Let's see if we can make our way further upwards in the next video.